Good morning, everyone. Merry not so stupid o'clock. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I am your host, Tiffany Daniels. And why am I running around this morning like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to get out of the way all the things I usually do on Wednesdays, this freaking stupid o'clock early on one of my weekends? Because there's the hope of going down to Subadar City, and they're having their festival lights going on right now. So, I'm trying to get everything done, just in case. Alright, folks, we're going back to that horrible world known as the JRC, but before we get going, folks, a few of the usual disclaimers, alright? First off, you are going to see the link to the investigative bleh, investigation report of the DPPC right there in the description box. It's going to be alongside all the other pertinent links to the Stop the Shocks campaign. Let's face it, folks, we need to be sharing it constantly, especially Autistic Hoya's massive archive where we get the bulk of the material on this channel for this subject. And the templates, they're more important now than ever they were before, folks, and it has been stupid proofed by a SAN. So, folks, click on that link, sign your name, click on your senator. All right, let's end all of this, all adversive punishment, all improper restraints and seclusion. Let's stop punishing disabled people for existing to the point where a lot of times, unfortunately, it costs their lives, okay? We also have the ever-present and self-explanatory change.org Shut the Judge Rotenberg Center Down petition. Also, folks, trigger warning, when we talk about the JRC, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of peoples with disabilities being tortured and abused. If you have young children present, folks, please use your headphones, all right? Also, it is 7:35 a.m. in the morning. Yes, I've been awake for more hours than usual before jumping on here, but the chance is still high that I am going to go ahead and stumble over a few words, and there's going to be a few curse words thrown in because we're dealing with the level of stupid incompetence and inhumane cruelty of the JRC. So, my apologies in advance, alright? Okay, we are going back to where we left off yesterday on page 4 in regards to the incident that took place July the 30th, 2016. So relatively recent. Alright, here we go. Let's get ready for the stupid. The following day, this investigator showed ALAB the footage of the incident with ALV. When asked why he had taken ALV into the shower fully clothed, ALAB said sometimes ALV needs this cue to take his clothes off. ALAB said that there was a loose hose in the shower and that he was trying to shove it in ALV's hand. Okay, if you can't tell the difference between a shove and a fist, this is not this. Okay? When asked why he had just the day before said he had not worked directly with ALV and had done no self-care routines, ALAB maintained that he had not done ALV's shower, that he was just trying to get him started. ALAB denied hitting ALV when asked about the second motion that appeared to all present as a series of strikes. ALAB said he was pushing ALV towards the hose. The hose is not apparent in the footage, and I3 confirmed it is on the wall furthest from where ALV was in the shower. ALV's program description notes, ALV requires assistance with self-care and general hygiene activities. Level of prompting is primarily verbal with physical gestures. Staff should not, original emphasis, have to hand over hand. Please contact treatment team if you do. Contrary to LAB's testimony about ALV, Uh, I-10 said that his experience with ALV always goes willingly to the shower and takes his own clothes off. I-10 said that ALV complies very quickly and knows to put his own dirty clothes in the basket. I-10 said he had never had such a hard time with ALV. I-1 and I-2 and I-3 had each viewed the footage of the incident. None of them felt that ALAB's actions were consistent with JRC training. Oh, Jesus Christ, during adequate training? I beg to differ, but yeah, I'm autistic. I don't have any real feelings, and I don't know what's going on according to these people, so whatever. There were 5 staff on duty in the house on that particular shift. The others were I-6, I-7, I-10, I-11, and R-3. ALAB said that he had not asked others for help at any point. None of the other staff interviewed recalled hearing anything of concern on the shift or seeing anything that could have caused injury to ALV. Oh, of course not. They're used to hearing the screams from their victims, after all. Nothing not normal for them. The incident with ALV was so quick that it could have gone unnoticed. Although there is a video feed to the primary location that is watched by other staff, each camera view is not watched constantly, and bathroom views are not watched without specific need. Really. Although other staff had not witnessed an incident with ALV, they expressed awareness that he does cause injury to himself at times. You mean trying to get the fuck away from you maniacs? Who's surprised? Based on the totality of evidence, it is more than likely that not that the ALAB's actions of striking ALV caused pain and bruising to ALV's face and caused ALV to cry, which I-4 noted was unusual, as he knew ALV to have a very high tolerance for pain and to have only cried one other time since his admission. It fucking horrifies me how they probably came to that knowledge. No other staff working with ALV could explain ALV's injuries. Further, I-1, I-2, and I-3 had each viewed the footage of the incident, and none of them felt that ALAB's actions were consistent with JRC training. Moving on. Based on the information gathered by the investigator, there is sufficient evidence to conclude that ALV is a victim of abuse, as it is defined by MGL C19C and 118 CMR by ALAB. Therefore, the investigation is substantiated for DPPC case number 148305. Okay, and they go over a lot. We can barely see this page. They black most of it out. I wonder what they have on there, don't you? It does not appear that the abuse report constitutes a malicious false report. Protective service taken or recommended required when abuse is substantiated. ALAB was terminated. Oh, for once in their fucking lives, they actually fired somebody for something. They must have really been cleaning house. Gotta make ourselves look good. Additional findings of risk. Even though there is no footage showing staff witness ALAB actions, really? Then how'd you build the case? It is concerning that ALAB appears to have assaulted and injured ALV and during a 1 hour period, yet these actions were not witnessed by his 5 co-workers or by the staff assigned to remotely monitor the video footage of the residences. Even acknowledging that the remote staff do not have live views of all cameras at all times, these incidents were severe and spanned a considerable amount of time. Staff appeared to have no consistent understanding of how and to whom to report new injuries to clients. Had these injuries all been reported accurately and quickly, the incidents might have been found out sooner. Additional recommendations and or actions already completed required when additional risk is identified. Even though it appears that ALAB was undetected in his actions, JRC should review this incident and make changes to direct care and monitoring staffing and or provide discipline and retraining the staff as needed to ensure greater oversight of residences where the clients are mainly nonverbal. Oh, for fuck's sake. So the JRC gets a slap on the wrist again. Well, they terminated him, and he's just a rare bad seed. God, as much rope as these people continue to give this place, it is astronomical. Astronomical. They have had report after report after report, footage, and more footage. And then some more footage after that, and some more footage after that. And every single time, these bastards just get a slap on the wrist. I do not comprehend or understand. If this happened in any other state, and I do mean literally any other state, yeah, there would have been a full bore investigation into how the students were being treated. Even if all they suspected was that it was a lone incident, the whole place would have still been investigated just to make sure. It's mind-boggling what this place continues to get away with. It's insane. JRC should develop clear injury reporting guidelines to ensure that nursing and clinical staff are immediately notified when an injury of an unknown origin is found. If it's like not injuries that are, approved by the court, because God forbid we're not tortured every day of our lives, but if it's not, mandated torture, it should be reported. God. JRC should ensure that all staff involved in overly aggressive physical actions are, at the very least, restrained and watched closely. Retrained and watched closely. Oh, for the fuck's sake. So if they punch a student once, oh no, just retrain them. No, if you punch a student once and you get fucking caught, that should be immediate dismissal. Right away. And then a full-bore investigation by an independent party should be started immediately to make sure no other students are at risk for similar types of behavior. Like every other state in the damn union. God. JRC should ensure that allegations of potential abuse reported to administration staff are reported to DPPC. JRC should also review the performance of I-10 to ensure that he treats clients and co-workers respectfully. Oh, for the love of God. So much information blocked out. Was the alleged victim interviewed? Yes. ALV was visited on August the 9th, 2016, but he was unable to speak to the allegations of this report. A lot of unanswered ones, so we'll move forward. Did ALAB receive a copy of the DPPC Notice of Alleged Abuse Rights form? Answer, yes. Were all reporters interviewed? Yes. Were all available witnesses interviewed? Yes. Okay, and of course they go over all of that. Date of visit and pertinent information regarding the risk at site. The site was initially viewed via video footage from the main building. The home was later visited when EEC staff conducted a site visit for the regulatory investigation. Okay, documents received, medical report, personal file, previous abuse investigation report, previous hotline report, progress notes, police report, staff assignment schedule, video recording, individual resident agency record, additional documents review, JRC email, and therapy notes. God, what they call therapy. fucking spare me. Put me on the drugs. I'll take the damn drugs. CDs containing video footage of ALAB and ALV, of ALB with R3. Photo of R1's face taken by an investigator on August the 3rd, 2016. And they, of course, leave that out. All right, folks, so that settles it for this particular report. We'll definitely be getting into more tomorrow. But, folks, what we are seeing here with the last two reports and the continuing reports to follow is a pattern of behavior from the staff at the JRC. Now, the JRC can say these are lone incidents, common at every place, all they want to. But the frequency and the number of individual cases in regards to abuse, the video footage of what happened to Andre McCollins, the witness statements from the victims of the JRC, the information that we have received from independent investigative reports, especially most notably the one done by the New York City Department of Special Education, it shows a pattern, folks. It shows a pattern of behavior. The reason why the staff feels nothing about going in and punching a student in the face is because of all the torture that they are allowed to do under the law in the state of Massachusetts. They have been enabled to brutalize, traumatize, torture, and abuse these students. This pattern of behavior should not be surprising, considering that they are working in an environment where they are undertrained, have no official license or certifications that any other state would ever accept. The list goes on. They are undertrained. They do not have any understanding of the individual disabilities that they are going in there to, that the people they have to work with, that they're going in there to help assist. Because if they had any adequate training at all, even that of a 6-month certified medical assistant, they would know that using torture, food deprivation, sleep deprivation, and these bizarre behavioral rehearsal lessons, they would know that A, you do not treat all disabilities and mental health issues the same, and B, they would know this type of treatment for what it is. And on that note, folks, we're going to go ahead and close out for this morning. We don't get very many views on this channel, especially on this subject. The few that we do get do tend to get removed from time to time. So, folks, please don't forget to hit that like button. Hit subscribe. Don't forget to hit the comments. Feed that algorithm and keep your fingers crossed with me. I want to go to the Silver Dollar City Festival of Lights. There are photos I need to take. Camera footage. I want to see the parade. I do appreciate your time this morning. As always, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.